Alright, this is a little overview of our cruise on Saturday. It was blowing about 12, 13 knots out of the southwest, I think. Maybe more directly south, actually. Did a couple tacks in here. Wind was pretty shifty. We were having trouble pointing at some point. Sometimes we were really lifted coming down the creek. Other times it felt like we were sailing directly upwind. And just depending on how much free air we were getting, cruising along nicely at 6-7 knots. Then it got a little slow. I think we had a tail current that kind of kept us kept moving us along. You'll see when we get here where there's a little more open air, we're cruising in the 7s more comfortably, and then once we get behind these trees we slow down quite a bit. So I'll kind of speed this up. So again, faster here, slower by the trees. It's really cool. Fast where there's a break. And then it was super high tide, so we just kind of cut across any shoals with very little consequence. But so neat to see the slow boat speed. Really strong current coming in. So here's our attempt at upwind sailing. You see our velocity made good is terrible. We just zigzag back and forth right here, making no progress. So we decided to come pretty far across and get a running start to cross the channel. This time we actually make a little headway. You can see there, no headway until we kind of zigged, and now we're just going to skirt the edge of this channel, trying to stay high because we're close hauled here. And then here we're in another slough where there's a ton of current, so we tried to work our way upwind, quit, drop the sail, pop the motor in for a second, and right up here where we're able to turn the corner and point. Alright, we've got the sails up again right there. And again, super high tide. So this shoal was completely underwater, and you'll see that right when we saw it was coming, we bared off a ton, and we never actually hit here. I think we popped the dagger boards up just a tad. But I mean, it's such a supremely high tide that we coasted over this with about 2.5 feet of water. I'll speed us up here. We're just cruising. Do a couple short tacks here to make sure we can clear this point. And then once we turn the corner, and I think we get a little tail current plus a nice broad reach, and really rip that segment. And now we're on our way to Pete's house, where 2 more friends, shrimp cocktail and octopus salad, are waiting for us. There we go. Do a little loop-de-loop, drop the sails, and park.